on it.
Hey, mommy.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
If you've heard of this song,
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot.
then you've probably heard of Connor Price. He had spun a globe and landed on Zambia. This was Connor in October 2022. But what was his career before this? Well, that's exactly what I'll be answering in this video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Musician Replay. Connor Price was born in Canada in 1994. He first began his career at the age of 6. He started as an actor. He played in many movies and TV shows such as Cinderella Man, Good Luck Chuck, Dino Dan, and X Company. After years of acting, Connor began to change into a new industry, music. He made and released his first song on January 4th, 2017. This would be known as S.
Said I wouldn't stand another second stammering, so I sewed my pair of lips together and I wouldn't speak. Shh. Stand in front of class, scared as shit, had to say a speech, purposely forgot the words, teacher tells me take a seat.
As of right now, the song is only on YouTube. S is mainly about rapping trying to use the letter S. He had multiple sentences such as, now it's seesaws, swing sets, slingshots, so simple child's play, singing, she sells seashells by the seashore. Connor talks about the rhyming with a bunch of different S's with the lines, certain sentences and letters made me stutter when I said 'em, and I'm sick of simple simpletons, spittin' simple synonyms, challenging yourself, and I ain't talking spoons with cinnamon. Connor then posted a now unreleased song called Up on February 16th, 2018. Connor talks about his life saying, I ain't had enough, I'm on my way up. He continues to talk about how people in his life continue to say things about him and tries to bring him down, but he won't listen to the haters. He also states, cause even if I never make it, well at least I can say that I enjoyed the view. He can possibly be talking about his potential career in music at the time. He wanted to make it big, but if he didn't, he would have at least enjoyed the times. Connor would then go on to posting one more single and an EP called Four of Clubs. The single he posted would only be available on SoundCloud and YouTube, and it was called Group Chat. It came out on April 29th, 2018, and it talked about an old group chat of his. He and his friends had called a girl mean names such as a bitch and a whore, but now he regrets that. One day his friend invited her to the group chat so she could see it, and Connor felt ashamed of it. He saw the girl walking around a pond one day, and she just simply said hi to him. He thought it was weird as he swore that she would have slapped him across the face. Connor then realized that he had to change who he was, and he couldn't hang around the people who were being a bad influence on him. The Four Clubs EP came out on August 18th, 2018 and had 4 songs. Starter Pistol, Rare Candy, Didn't Ask, and Outside. Starter Pistol talks about how Connor wants to start his music career with a bang, knowing he'll make some mistakes, but he will still try. He says, a lot of things I want to say, had to put it on the tracks, I might make a few mistakes, but I ain't ever looking back. He wants to let his thoughts flow from his music, making mistakes along the way, but those mistakes won't ever stop him. Rare Candy talks about the start of his music career, stating, leveling up quick like Rare Candy. He keeps cooking up music, thinking his music career will be a great success for him in the future. Didn't Ask is the 3rd song in the EP. It shows how people have been telling him what to do in his life, saying he's changed, but he doesn't care because he wants to be who he wants to be. In the middle of the song, he talks in a different voice, as if it's one of his friends leaving a message. He says, you really changed, you know that? Everyone is talking about it, and they all agree with me. Connor is simply just living his life, trying to change for the better, leaving behind his old friends. His old friends, however, are calling him up, telling him that he's changed, and is probably in a fake relationship. The last song, and my favorite from the EP, is Outside. In the chorus, he talks about how he is stuck inside his thoughts and frivolous things that he should just let go outside. He needs to get away from these various things as they hurt him and his ego. In the verse he states, I don't need no girlfriend, baby where my wife at, and I just want to have a couple million inside my bank account when I'm 30. Connor shows that he doesn't want to mess around like others do as soon as they get out of high school. He wants to work immediately, trying to start his music career, make music, and start a family. Connor then went on to post some remixes of popular rap songs such as Sicko Mode, Drip Too Hard, Nobody Knows, and God's Plan. He would post a few more singles that were either unreleased or only on YouTube and SoundCloud. These songs would be The Basics, When You're Gone, Cold, Clouds, and Typical Rapper. The Basics came out on January 9th, 2019. In the first verse, he goes through every letter of the alphabet, making different references alphabetically. Then he says that he wants to try something different. The second verse shows him rapping, alluding to different references using different numbers from 1 to 15. At the end of verse 2, he talks to the people who may be possibly hating on his music, saying, I gave them 13 reasons why I'm making music for me. This hip-hop kids bop, it just isn't for me. Forgot about your 15 minutes of fame. Connor talks about these people who may dislike him and his music and thinks that their fame will soon be gone. But his slow path to becoming an artist will most likely work out for him in the long run. On August 16, 2019, Connor released When You're Gone. His wife Brianna features on it. It talks about a relationship missing their loved ones when they are gone. He talks about how there's sometimes hate in a relationship, but still misses them when they aren't with him. Connor might have experienced a breakup, splitting him apart with his girlfriend, but he still can't keep her off his mind as he believes that they're meant to be. In the music video, it shows Connor and Brianna performing the song on a stage. The next 3 songs, Cold, Clouds, and Typical Rapper, are all unreleased or privated songs that Connor had shown at some point. Cold talks about how people were telling Connor that he changed and had become more emotionless. People from his past keep trying to come back to him, such as his exes, and he blocks them as he was probably once hurt by them. In the second verse, Connor says, got snakes in the grass, better mind your toes, just fakes in a mask, all thorns, gotta find your rose. He continues to talk about the facades people put up in his life, only wanting people to be authentic to others and themselves. Clouds talk about Connor's life, mentioning his home country, Canada, and his current home country, the United States. He mentions how he started acting at the age of 6 and how he started making loads of money from it. He states, couldn't even touch the money till I turned 18, looking at the number on the check like, man, this must be a daydream. Connor was smart to save the money, and then he invested and helped boost his music career with the money he earned from acting. He talks about thunderclouds symbolizing his presence when he comes around others that he may have a disliking to. In the Cloud music video, he is seen in the desert and in an unfinished house. Typical Rapper is the final unreleased/privated song from this era. Connor shows that he isn't the same rapper as all the others from his time. He wants to differentiate himself from the others. He also doesn't want a record label, wanting the liberty of staying independent, saying, I'ma try to keep it independent, lock it down like I keep it independent. The next 9 songs came out in 2020 when Connor still wasn't super popular. The first song is called No Visits, which was released on May 1st. This song was talking about the COVID-19 quarantines, not allowing for any visitors, such as he says, 2020 taking no visits. I've been working on the flow, yeah, I dove in it. Connor continues to talk about his music career, changing the beats and lyrics and improving them each time a new song comes out. He also is extremely focused on his career, not wanting to talk to people just for small talk, only to people that can help him in his journey of music. The next song is Eastern Ave Night Drive. It was released on May 15th and had a freestyle type of flow. Most of Connor's songs, if you can tell by now, are about his journey in music. In the second verse, he states, equipped with nothing but a Nike and a Mac and a pen and a pad every day in the lab. Connor talks about how he does nothing except work on his craft in music, perfecting himself every new song. The song ends with someone calling, most likely a family member, wishing Connor a happy birthday and saying that they miss him. The next song was a small collab with I Am Creed. It released on May 27th, 2020 and is called Day Off. In Connor's verse, he talks about a relationship possibly working out and wanting to see if it can. He sings, who's to say, maybe 2 can be better than 1, well why don't we just find out. He wants to be with this girl and wants them to grow together in a relationship, helping fix each one of their flaws. The next song, Love Language, was released on June 19th and featured Evelyn Brochu. Connor talked about a failing relationship, wondering what would happen if he just left for one day. Would his girlfriend even notice? He also talks about wanting to be known singing, scared I didn't know enough of me, so if I die, you never really knew. They say you die times 2. First, when your day comes, and second, when the last time anybody brings your name up. Connor wouldn't forget this girl, even since the day they first met. If she were to move on, he wouldn't know how to get by without her. The next single released on July 3rd, 2020, and is known as You. Connor tells the story of how he met his current wife, Brianna. They met when he was only 10, and since then they had met each other every so often. He still thought about her often and would see her face everywhere he went. Connor states, "Every time I'm with another girl, I'm still thinking about you and I." Connor possibly went on other dates before he started dating Brianna, and he could see only her as the other girl. At the end of the song, he says, "Pulling in the lot of the apartment where we first met, who knew we'd be coming back here to have our first kiss?" This could have possibly been a dream or a real experience, but they both came back to the spot where they first met and found each other's love there. You also had a music video for it, showing an old recording of Connor and Brianna in 2005 on a playground making a video. It then shows Connor rapping in the studio and a video of Brianna and Connor walking together on the beach in present day. At the end, they show them getting married and jumping off the edge of a cliff into the water. Unlike Boy With You, Connor's music videos aren't really lore-filled, but more pertain to the songs themselves. The Usual, featuring Shaq Is Dope, released on August 14th. It shows how people would use Connor and how it was usual to him. He also shouts out a few passed away rappers such as Juice WRLD and Tupac. 2 weeks later, he released Midsummer Freestyle on August 28th, 2020. Connor does exactly that, a freestyle, just like some of his old music without a chorus. He talks about his past and how the summers get him thinking about his past. He even talks about shooting music videos in his origin, saying, "Steady plotting with Brianna, shooting videos at Kingston Market. Shout out to Markham, that's the place where it all started." The song ends with a phone call to his mother talking about COVID and how the winter was coming soon. In the music video, it shows Connor rapping in his backyard with his friends and family there. At the end, it shows his mom on the phone talking, syncing up to the song itself. The Birds released on October 16th, and he talks about the effort he puts into making the songs and the money he makes. The birds are a metaphor to the people in his life speaking and squawking at him like birds do. He mentions the labels contacting him again, and how he is doing his career without having to be flashy, such as someone with different colored hair. He says, "I just keep swimming through the flow. I never drown though. If it's going up, it's going down like the Dow Jones." Connor won't give up as he compares his life to stocks. Sometimes there will be highs and sometimes there will be lows, but you will eventually come back up again. In the music video, it opens up with the wild bird in their house, surprisingly having it happen during the filming of the Bird's music video. It shows Connor in a different locations such as on a tractor and in his studio, all with birds flying behind him. He has done this segment in the video with 6 different Connors looking at each other, while one raps a line from the second verse. The video ends with Connor getting the bird out of the house from the beginning of the video. Let Me Down was another featured song Connor was on. It was by CMTT and featured both Connor and Brianna. It talks about a relationship possibly falling apart as one of the partners can't make up their mind if they love the other or not. Connor doesn't want his partner letting him down as he already has enough other people letting him down. His partner is special to him, so he wants the best for both of them, still staying together. Happy Alone was Connor's first song of 2021, released on January 15th. It features Brianna, and Connor talks about his relationship with the girl and himself. He doesn't want to be in a relationship if he can't feel happy alone. He sings, "Someday I'll love you, give it all to you, but I need to go spend time on my own." Connor needs to take a break and work on himself before he can pursue a relationship. He continues to talk about his relationship with a significant other, promising them that it wasn't their fault, but he just doesn't want to feel like a burden to them if he can't feel happy alone. He also questions that when he's better, would she have another man? He then believes he should pray on it and that if it was meant to be, then it'll work out in time. The music video for Happy Alone shows some times with his wife and Connor rapping in the middle of the desert in a car graveyard. Then on January 22nd, 2021, Connor had his biggest collab yet. The movie star, actor, and rapper Idris Elba collabed with Connor on Courtney Cox. In the chorus, Connor talks about a cougar, an older woman, who wants to be in a relationship with Connor. He, however, doesn't pay her attention and only pays attention to his shorty. He also mentions his independence again, saying, "Tunnel vision, only looking forward, not behind us. Handing me a contract, show me where the line is. Independent artist, I ain't ever gonna sign it. Independent thinker till the day I be." The music video shows them performing the song on 3 different phones, since this was during COVID that they couldn't go out and meet each other to film. Connor is seen outside rapping, and Idris seen outside in front of a shipping container wearing a boxing outfit. At the end of the song, he gets a call from the celebrity Courtney Cox, making fun of one of the lyrics he wrote. Then she even writes her own verse to the song, adding a whole new section to the song exclusive to the music video. Connor had just made his TikTok and started off slow. It was March 2nd and he was promoting his older music. On March 9th, he posted a video talking about writing a new song called Imposter Syndrome. He finally released that song on March 19th, 2021. This imposter syndrome that he experiences is a facade that he sometimes puts on. He doesn't feel like his true self and he may get away from who he is. He feels himself though when he hears a beat and it allows him to let his mind out. On March 26th, he released another single called Toast. Connor talks about the people who thought he wouldn't have achieved his goals, saying, "Think I need your help, but I don't. No, I don't. Yeah. Give a toast to anybody saying, I can't do it, that I won't." In the first verse, he calls out people who are showing off, saying that they keep wanting him to look at them. 21 Raps is next, releasing May 11th, 2021. It was created for a sports team in Canada, the Toronto Raptors. Connor raps about his experiences with the team and the players on the Raptors. He makes various references to different players, but still raps in the Connor fashion. You Said was another song that was released on July 9th, and it was one of Connor's first big hits. It showed a relationship that ended poorly. At first his ex says that it's too late for apologies towards her, but after he moved on, she's calling him back again. Connor sings, "Heard that you were hanging with another guy, phone started ringing, heard your voice on the other side, told you you were sorry that we ended things." Connor shows that he no longer wants this girl even though she's begging to come back, as he tried the same thing with her previously and she rejected him. He ends the song singing, "It's a little late for apologies, and now the tables turned, so I'm the one to leave." In the music video, Connor called and showed up to his ex's door with flowers. She shows him that she doesn't want him back and sends him on his way. He then is seen driving while reminiscing on their past, and that she now wants to get back with him after seeing that the grass isn't greener on the other side. While Connor was releasing all these songs, he had been promoting them on TikTok, gaining some attraction and even duetting with some of the other rappers and artists. On the 17th of July, he duetted a song by Name a Fine Apple by Nic D.
So you could walk by me again. What's up, Nick? I like the song, by the way. Yeah. I'm wishing we could rewind time to the day when we first locked eyes, couldn't look away. I wanna live it all again this time. I would tell you everything back then that I couldn't say. I would tell you that I'm scared, I don't want this all to end. Couldn't handle all the pain if I lose you as a friend, cause you didn't feel the same when I told you what you meant. But I'd rather tell the truth now than just end up living with regret. Yeah, why don't we just try again? You leave me in the dark, we need light instead. And I don't wanna be alone when I lie in bed, just thinking about all the things we might have been. Yeah, what you say, should I go, should I stay? Give it a go, give it a break, let me know what you think. Please don't overthink, cause I made that mistake, now I don't wanna blink.
Receipts was a new song featuring Lex Bratcher, released on July 23rd, 2021. Connor shows how he doesn't want to tell everyone what he was going to do, but rather what he's achieved, hence the receipts. In the Receipts music video, it shows Connor in a warehouse packing up packages with rolls of receipts. It also shows Connor at a photo shoot sitting in the director's chair. When it comes to Lex's verse, the roles flip and they are both sitting in the director's chair. Later on Connor's TikTok, he showed a behind the scenes of a music video for Toast that he never released.
Video I never released.
Don't give a toast to anybody saying I can't do it, thought I won't. I got hot, then I pop like a toaster. Yeah, lot of ups, lot of downs.
EGOT was another big hit song for Connor, releasing November 19th, 2021. He says that his rapping was just a hobby at first, but with all the time he's spending on it, it's more of a job. In the end of the second verse, he counts down rapping, "No tension on cloud 9, I 8 beats since 7th grade, in the 6th they be giving me high fives, they can't reach when I levitate, got foresight for my third eye, no second place I already won." He shows how he needs some ego to boost his career, not being overly prideful like some rappers are, flaunting their success and wealth. The next song is Talk About Us with Chloe Sagum. It was released a week later on November 26th. Connor talks about a failing relationship. They are experiencing hardships and they both don't want the relationship to fail, but they need to talk and have some more trust in each other. Roots released the following week on December 3rd, 2021. Connor talks about his roots, originally growing up in Markham, Ontario, and then having LA as his second home as he lived there while he was acting. He expresses his love for his city, saying, "The city that I'm from, it was fun when we were young and dumb, and now we're all grown up. The city that I'm from, I miss the city that I'm from." Marathon came out on December 10th and featured 4 corners. The song can possibly be a metaphor for their careers, being in it for the long run and not just 100 meters. One of the most iconic lines from the song is, "Even if I fail, nothing's permanent, so let me spell this out for you if you ain't sure of it. Gotta turn an L into earnin', that's what learnin' is. Connor says that if he fails, he will learn from his mistakes and will turn that into earning in his musical career. Don't Tell Me came out a week later on December 17th featuring John Roa. It talks about a loving relationship that the main character is in. The MC doesn't want their significant other telling them that they love them if they truly don't mean it. Connor's first verse reminisces on their past, sharing memories that they first had together. It slowly shows how this girl didn't have any more interest in him as she kept ghosting him. In the second verse, Connor fears that the time he spent all on this girl, not being able to get that back, but he can still get over this heartbreak. The final song of 2021 is Christmas in Vegas, releasing on December 21st. Connor writes a letter to his past self wishing he could have told him to hold on to the times preciously because you don't know when a time may be the last. He also talks about the upcoming year, singing, April 2022, that's when we were set for birth. People ask me how I'm feeling about being a dad. We can see that he and his wife would be having a child next year, adding a new joy and challenge to their lives. The music video shows Connor sitting in a field next to a small Christmas tree singing to the beat. The first song of 2022 was Happy Face, releasing on January 28th. Connor could be talking about himself, a significant other, or his friend going through a rough time, only smiling in photos and putting up artificial facades. In the first verse, Connor wants to help this person, singing, Why does getting close to you is when you feel the most distant? You say you lost hope, fell inside that hole, and so I threw you a rope. In the second verse, Connor talks about himself, saying, But for now I guess it's back to the acting, you're the only person I can be myself around. Sometimes life sucks and sometimes love hurts, it should be okay not to be okay. I Don't Wanna Be Friends was a song posted by Versus featuring Connor Price on February 11th. The basis of the song was after a breakup, reminiscing on their past together. He doesn't want to be friends knowing all the bad things that happened in the relationship. The next song came out on February 18th and was named City Lights. He talks about a long-distance relationship, wanting to be near the person he loves. He had confessed his love to this girl, telling her that the only things that would change is her address and the last name. He is ready for her when she's ready, and he always has her on his mind. In the second verse, he keeps wishing that she was next to him, and he questions why she keeps wasting all this time that they could be together. Remember that Nic D guy from TikTok earlier? Well, he finally collabed with Connor on their first song, Nobody's, releasing on March 25th, 2022. They made a TikTok together promoting the song, which was pretty funny.
All right, let's talk about this, because I get this comment all the time about working with Nic D, and I was sort of ignoring it for a while, but I think I should just be honest about it. Look, Nic has this reputation on TikTok as being like this really nice guy, but he's not. He's rude. He's a diva. He never checks in on any of his friends.
What up, boy?
Yo, Nic.
What's good, man?
What's up, dude?
No, nothing. I'm just calling, checking in, see how you're doing. Just seeing how you're doing. I'm seeing how you're doing. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really nice of you,
Yeah,
man. You know, it's funny. I was actually just doing a TikTok.
No
and I was
way.
talking about you and how great you are and how
What?
much I can't
Bro,
wait to do
that's
this
love,
collaboration
man.
with you.
Yes. Can I go? I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go check it out.
No,
Yeah,
Shit.
In the chorus, Nic states, If nothing lasts forever, then baby be my nothing. He wants his significant other to love him too, and be his nothing forever. Connor's verse explains that his girl is the reason he lives every day and has the energy to wake up every morning. He also says that he wouldn't change a single thing that they've done together, even though times they may have gone through have been tough. Smooth released on April 1st. This is when Connor finally adapted his skits on TikTok.
When the artist pulls up to the studio and switches things up last minute.
Yo, what's up, dude? You ready to go? I got the beat loaded up for you. No, actually, I got an idea. I'm thinking I could try something a little different today. What are you thinking? Can you make a funk beat? Funk beat? What would that sound like? All right, so I'm thinking the drums could be something like... Yes, perfect. And then the bass, it could be something like, it's like do 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 do. Yes, perfect. Okay, now just put that all together. That's it? Yes, trust me. Okay.
Ain't nobody smooth like me. I don't flash C notes, that's too high key. Keep it all down low, that's who I be. Levitating on the stage when I move my feet. Alright, look, good guy, didn't know that he can move, huh? Been in my shell, popped out like Cooper. And she look good, body rocking like Medusa. Calm like a Buddha, still popping off like bazooka. Smooth like butter in a pan. Love her when she dance. Got me all stuck inside a trance. Hoping she don't have some other plans. Said you got a man?
Yeah.
Damn. Smooth like ice in that That's a fact. Michael Jackson, nice with it. I'm moonwalking. She got hoops with the ice, and that's a bad chick. The matching jacket with it, you on 10. Yeah, so smooth when you walked in. Slow mo hair flip, caught my eye from the jump.
It shows a more playboy side of Connor, being attracted to this girl that's sort of flashy but doesn't want to be flashy himself. In the chorus he says, "Caught my eye from the jump, thigh high socks and them legs don't quit, good God girl, go ahead and flaunt what you got." Connor is mesmerized by this girl and can't look away from her body and her body language. He also makes a pun talking about Tom and Zendaya, meaning that she can be taller than him since he is a pretty short guy. Splat released a month later on May 20th discussing a relationship that turned sour for Connor. He thought that this girl could have been the one for him on the first day, but it turned out that she had a man. The girl had played him with every word that she had said, bringing him head over heels for her, but also wasting his time. In the second verse, Connor realizes that he'll get over it, but then she tries to come back to Connor, wanting a second chance as soon as he got over her. He obviously rejects this offer, as she would have ruined him again. 7 days later, Nic and Connor released another song together called Gasoline. It seems that this song can be after a breakup, but still being able to stand on their feet. In the chorus, Nic says, "Tell me baby what you mean by that, they don't even got it, it just seemed like that." He questions what someone said to him, wondering if it actually meant anything or if it was just a spur of the moment thing. In the second verse, Nic and Connor go back and forth, having the same kind of playboy tone from Smooth. On June 17th, Connor released a song for his son, Jude, calling the song Jude's Song. He says that he'd be there for him whenever he needs him and wouldn't trade anything else in the world for him, even if it means giving up some of his time for him. He's excited for when Jude is older, enabling them to have conversations about what he'd like to achieve in life and how he could help Jude get there. A week later, on June 23rd, Connor released another song with Chloe Sagum, called Start Again. It talks about a failed relationship, knowing that they both called it quits, but he still thinks that they could try the relationship again. They both are dreaming about what could be and are both having the same thoughts of wanting to skip the playful part of only being friends. Nic and Connor released another song called Easy on July 15th, 2022. The song talks about times that they've had with others, having the best time with days that weren't heavily planned out or rushed. They don't want times and experiences to be forced, but rather taken easy. On July 30th, These Days was released. This continued the trend of Connor's older songs talking about his career. In the chorus he states, "These days, I don't take advice from anybody who can tell me how to do it if they never even did it right." He wants to do things his way and not learn from others who's failed. He also believes that confidence is key in his life, giving others in his life his confidence. He says in the verse, "I'm focused on the music, not a pick for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes I did it for them, so even when I get hot, never switch on a fan." Connor will always be focused solely on his music, not on his social media influence instead. He also believes that his followers are his key to his success, so he would never switch up on them. The next song, Grateful, was a collab between Connor and Call Me Stevie Ray, and released on August 5th, 2022. It was about being grateful for the things they had. In Connor's verse though, he starts off with thinking bad thoughts in his head. He feels like he's been ungrateful and that he needs to change. Connor realizes that he needs to start waking up every day and think about the things he is grateful for. He needs help to change his perspective on this issue of being ungrateful. On August 26th, Connor released another song with Idris Elba, Four Corners, and Akintoye, this time under the name of Aces. The song references gambling, but also all of their careers, saying that they started off as a gamble, but sometimes they need a risk to get big. On September 9th, Straight A's was released. He talks about a school setting, getting A's, but still remaining friends with the cool kids, despite all of his achievements that he's made. He continues to talk about his career and the people in his life, saying, "Pick a side, never switch, get a backbone, girl the only one who calls me on the bat phone, turn a TikTok into a Rolex, and I got more views than a Coachella." He shows his success from TikTok turning the views into money. This was Connor's biggest hit yet, getting over 1 million views on a few different TikToks. Later, Connor would go on to post a new song. This song would be released on October 7th, 2022. It was sure to be Connor's biggest hit yet. This was all part of a new marketing campaign he and his wife came up with, a series that would change their life forever, boosting Connor into the spotlight, a series that would push Connor to release his first album. This was the Spin the Globe series.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island.